The movie starts with Yamaguchi Kumo, known as Yanami, stopping a group of criminals from hijacking a plane. Yanami was returning from a school trip when the criminals made their move. She used her quick thinking and martial arts skills to disarm them and keep everyone safe. When the plane landed, the police were shocked to see the criminals apologizing as they stepped out. Even more surprising, Yanami introduced herself as a math teacher at Ado High School. After this event, Yanami's bravery made her well known around town, with people praising her courage and local news covering her heroic actions. When she returned home, the Ido family, a respected Yakuza clan, welcomed her warmly and even offered her the position of clan leader. However, she politely declined. Yanami was raised by her grandfather, Reiro Kurota, the third-generation leader of the Ido family after her parents passed away when she was young. In the present day, Yanami continues her job as a math teacher, a position she's held for 7 years despite having to deal with difficult students. Her co-workers gather around her in the teachers' lounge, impressed by her heroics on the plane. Vice Principal Sir Goro soon arrives and reminds Yanami to stay out of the spotlight, warning her to avoid any more attention that could reveal her Yakuza background. During this time, a new student teacher named ODJ Ryu arrives, surprising everyone, including Yanami. She immediately recognizes him as one of her former students from Kirin High School. Yanami is happy to see him following a similar path, but Ryu admits he's still in training and isn't fully sure about becoming a teacher yet. Yanami introduces Ryu to Class 3D, the most troublesome students at school. They skip classes, fight, and ignore teachers. Inside the chaotic classroom, Yanami struggles to get their attention. One student throws a tennis ball at her, but she dodges it and throws it back. She introduces Ryu as her assistant, but the students ignore him, frustrating Yanami. 5 boys who used to be Yanami's students watch from the rooftop. They are surprised that Ryu, a former troublemaker, wants to be a student teacher. They gossip about Yanami and Ryu, teasing her, but Ryu calms her down. They later sit together, eating and laughing, remembering how her old students bet she couldn't become a teacher elsewhere. Some Class 3D students are threatened by the Black Skull motorcycle gang. Ra Takuji defends them and drives the gang away. That evening, Yanami invites Ryu to her home to drink with her and the Ido family. After she falls asleep, Ryu talks with Okaratetsu, sharing how much he has learned from Yanami and how she inspired him to become a teacher. The next day, Yanami sees her former students while attending a campaign speech by IT figure Kir Kanero, who reminds her of her former lover. Excited, she rushes on stage to support him, and her students have to pull her away. Meanwhile, the Black Skull gang comes to Edo High looking for the students who beat one of their members. Students gather to watch, and Vice Principal Goro calls the police. The gang leaves before anything serious happens. Goro scolds Takusuji and his friends, but Yanami defends them, insisting they were only protecting classmates. She refuses to back down, impressing her students with her loyalty and courage. Back in the classroom, Takusuji can't stop thinking about Goro's warning to Yanami. He doesn't want to put his friends in danger or feel like he owes Yanami anything. Determined, he decides to go to the Black Skull gang's hideout by himself to settle the issue. When Yanami enters the classroom with Ryu to teach, she finds out that Takusuji went to face the gang alone. She scolds the class for letting their friend go into danger before rushing out to find him. Ryu reminds the students how important it is to stand by their friends and support each other. At the Black Skull gang's hideout, Takusuji confronts the gang, telling them to leave his school alone and deal with him directly. Seeing he's alone, the gang members attack him. Just then, a loud explosion shakes the place, breaking down part of the wall. Yanami bursts in, demanding that the gang let Takusuji go. She fights the gang fearlessly, using her martial arts skills to disarm and take down several members with swift kicks and punches. Ryu steps in, taking down others and protecting Takusuji. The gang members, overwhelmed by Yanami's strength and Ryu's determination, eventually retreat, leaving Takusuji safe. Soon after, Takusuji's friends arrive and find him badly hurt. As Yanami prepares to leave, she bids everyone farewell. The next morning, Yanami is happily surprised when a student from Class 3D greets her kindly in the schoolyard. This small act of kindness lifts her spirits, making her feel appreciated. She begins to daydream, imagining what it would be like if all her students in Class 3D were well-behaved and always listened to her. Her daydream is suddenly interrupted by Takusuji, who reminds her that she's about to miss an important meeting. Yanami snaps out of her thoughts and rushes off to the teacher's lounge. During the teacher's meeting, Two police officers arrive with unsettling news. They report that Kazama Ren, a former student of Edo High School, is involved in illegal drug activities. At first, the teachers are doubtful, but the officers explain that Ren was caught during a raid at a place suspected of being a drug storage facility. Hearing this, Yanami, who is Ren's homeroom teacher, feels a strong urge to uncover the truth. Even though the news is shocking, she believes there's more to the story and is determined to find out why Ren got involved. Later, Yanami heads into the city to search for Ren. While looking around, she bumps into some of her former students who were friends with Ren. They agree to help her find him since he has disappeared. They split up, searching every place in the city where Ren usually hangs out, hoping to find him. That evening, Ryu hears noises from Class 3D and finds Ren sleeping there. He wakes him and convinces him to talk to Yanami. Soon, Yanami and Ren's friends arrive. Ren explains he got involved in dangerous work to support his sister and was tricked and threatened. Yanami comforts him and invites him and his friends to stay at her house for safety. Later, Yanami learns from the Ido family that Kanaro, the politician she admired, is behind Ren's troubles. Angry, she plans to confront him, and Ren insists on going. The next day, Yanami tries to stop him but fails, so she follows with Ryu on his motorcycle. At Kanaro's campaign event, Yanami and Ryu disguise themselves to find Ren and Yamato. They bump into a former student, Itsucha, and continue searching. Meanwhile, they are caught on live TV, surprising their co-workers. They discover Kanaro's hidden drug warehouse. Ren smashes a statue, revealing drugs inside. Kanaro's henchmen arrive, but Yanami sneaks up and defeats them, saving Ren and the others. Determined to stop Kanaro, she leaves Ryu to watch the group and heads to confront him at the event. In a dramatic move, Yanami storms onto the stage in the middle of Kanaro's speech, shocking both him and the audience. The audience gasps in disbelief, some murmuring in confusion while others take out their phones to record the unexpected scene. Without hesitation, she exposes Kanaro as the mastermind behind the illegal drug ring, creating chaos among the crowd. The big screen above the stage flashes images revealing the location of Kanaro's drug stash, leaving everyone in shock. As people scramble to leave the event, Kanaro desperately orders his henchmen to capture Yanami. Even though she's outnumbered, Ryu steps in to help, taking hits from Kanaro's men to protect her. Soon after, Yanami's former students arrive to assist, but she tells them to stay back, not wanting them to get hurt. Gathering her strength, Yanami fights off Kanaro's henchmen one by one until only Kanaro remains, cornered and pointing a gun at her. Outside the building, Takutsuji, another student from Class 3D, tries to rush in to help. Inside, Yanami tries to convince Kanaro to stop his crimes. For a moment, her words touch him and her students. Suddenly, armed police arrive. Yanami urges them not to shoot and Kanaro is eventually arrested. He tells the students they are lucky to have a teacher like Yanami. Later, Yanami meets some former students who are now successful, making her proud. At school, she apologizes to Vice Principal Goro for the trouble, but he praises her for bringing respect and attention to Edo High. A few days later, it's Ryu's last day of his teaching internship, and Goro gives him an important task, which he accepts with determination. After class that day, Yanami takes her Class 3D students outside to play a game called Kick the Can on the field. At first, many students don't want to play, but when Takutsuji agrees to join, the other students follow him and go to the field to play together. This simple game helps the students come together. They bond and have fun with Yanami. So the lesson of the story is, if you are a math teacher with secret Yakuza ties, always have some martial arts skills ready. You never know when you will need to fight crime or handle a class full of troublemakers. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video.